regardless of which way you see it, whichever point of view you have it, you take away something from this workshop. You guys are helping couples, get on the right path to where they need to be as individuals and as couples. So you, one way or the other, you come out of this grown into something more than what you did before. And even if you didn't want to, even if you were reluctant from the beginning, ending it, you definitely took something away, to impact yourself and could ultimately impact the marriage.
I definitely recommend this. I feel like we should have done this a long time ago, but like many couples, we don't come and seek help until it's too late. I wish I've had some friends go through rough spots and ultimately in their marriage. I feel like if I had found this and shared this would have been a lot of help. I'm so glad that this was available online. It's different from reading books, from reading articles, but actually hearing guidance from other people, knowing that other people are going through it as well. Our struggles are not original and that it can be saved. And there's so many tools that we're getting out of this. I'm coming out of it more hopeful, knowing that I can change me and knowing what I did wrong. It's just such a blessing to be able to find this and go through this workshop. I would definitely recommend this. This is as close as Marriage 101 gets. If there's like a class that anybody should take, if you're getting married, if you're just wanting to strengthen your marriage, if you want to save it, this is as close as Marriage 101. It's smack in the head, a wake-up call. It's been a blessing. I really highly recommend it to everybody.
Well, from my perspective, when we came into this workshop, and I shared this with Melody too, I did not want to come. I didn't want to be here. I didn't think there was anything I was going to be able to learn. I've been working on our marriage for a long time on my end. I didn't think that there was going to be any value in this for me. And I actually kind of resented the fact that he was making me come and making me spend this time on this. And, I flipped through it and these are all things I already knew. And why didn't you hear them from me? And I was very frustrated and angry the first day going in because I felt like these are things he should already know and I shouldn't have to sit through this. And doing the workshop was so helpful. I'm so glad I did it. I don't know that it didn't fix our marriage right away, and it won't. It will take a lot of work. But it did put me on the right track to being open-minded about certain things. Hearing those things from somebody besides just him and not hearing them from, it removed my resentfulness to hear it from somebody else. And also, I think the workshop focuses so much on personal improvement, personal growth, that even if you decide not to stay in your marriage, and even if you decide that you have to get divorced, there's so much you can learn about yourself, just as an individual, as having a relationship with yourself, having a relationship in the future, potentially fixing your current relationship. It sheds a lot of light on who you are as a person and the person you can become ultimately by just being your best self.
It's tough. I'm happy that we went through it and definitely learned a lot. And I'm very happy that she got a lot out of it. It was definitely a fear of mine. Like you said, she was very resentful about going. I've been trying to get her to go to this since December, when I found you guys, and I was doing some searches on Google for marriage retreats and retreats for marriages in crisis. And there's a lot of retreats out there for marriages where you're in great shape and just want to get your bond that much better. But as far as rock solid, well-reviewed programs that are for marriages in crisis, those are few and far between. I think the YouTube channel really helped out a lot. I've read through a ton or listened to a ton of those videos. The concept of pies, intellectual, emotional, spiritual. I've been working on those for months, and in the very beginning, there is no difference. And then basically as I make consistent changes, she starts to see them and I start to feel better in general. And it's not, you get to the point where I'm not doing it for her, I'm doing it for me. And, I think that's what a lot of this comes down to. But, it's interesting, all of the different ways that, the client representative works with you to say, well, here's an angle of that you could present to them to go to the workshop. And if they don't like it, okay, you need to back off for a few weeks and just don't even say anything about it. And, so, like I said, since December, and it's now April, right? It's been 5 months to make this happen, and obviously everything happening with the pandemic, we were hoping to do in person, and it's not possible. And I was very apprehensive about the online forum, and I think you guys did a great job with it. I think Zoom's a great tool for it, and I think the way that you guys do it, the way you guys do the breakout rooms, it was very, very personable. And it was, we were able to really get a lot out of it. And, I really hope that it opens it up for you to be able to show this to people worldwide, for people that don't have the means or ability to get to Tennessee. I mean, for us, travel was over $1,000 to get there. And that's a big, to get there, stay there, rent the car, and to open it up to more people who don't necessarily have that ability, I think, it's a big cost for people who don't have a specific problem in their marriage. And I think a lot of times when you have a specific problem that's so big that you feel like you need a retreat like this, it's scary to think about going, because you might not necessarily be ready to talk about this in front of other people. And so I did like that I didn't ever feel pressured to divulge what happened specifically. It was much focused on the big picture, and that put me at ease a lot. And so even if there is just one specific really large, really guilty thing that you have in your life that caused this problem, I never felt like I was pressured to talk about it. I don't think he did either. And even though we didn't ever talk about that specific issue, we got so much out of the material just as a whole.
Our marriage has been shattered. We spent over the past year trying to go to various counselors, trying to figure things out. With this program, it just gives you from step one to understand yourself, each other, and then try to bring it all together and what those steps look like. And had we not gone through this, we would have been just spinning in circles and possibly just ended up divorced. And so hopefully this workshop this weekend gives us tools to be able to get this thing back on track and where it should be. And I highly encourage, if you know anybody that is getting married, it's probably a great course to go through just to get that. I wish we would have had it when we first got married, but it wasn't available.
Yes, I appreciate all your guidance. Realize that it is important to work on myself too, maybe first, and then hopefully this works together too, and you've given us great tools to do that. I appreciate Randy's insight and help and guidance through this too. So it's all been great, and we'll use it and go forward and not backward.
Thank you.
Thank you.